Continuamos por donde lo dejamos. En medio del trial, descubriendo los secretos. La familia de
What the hell are you talking
aniquilada,
about?
es verdad, es lo que dice.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority! A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant! You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny!
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago!
Un año de más solo.
That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? That don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago.
Son demasiadas cosas, ¿no?
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Son recuerdos implantados, tiene que ser, vamos, porque si no, no tiene
If
sentido.
some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Claro.
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years
Que
ago?
vinieron hace 2 años.
Well, I mean,
Claro, el año
you
que
guys
estuvieron
all
todos en el colegio
started
que han
attending
olvidado.
Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Claro, mucho tiempo, ¿no? Este se va a volver,
What
este sí
the
que va a
hell
quedar
is this
ya
kid trying to
desquiciado.
say?
Este sí que se va a volver loco ya.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us! Answer with all your heart and soul!
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
¿Ves? Esto está... Esto, las vidas en el
I got it!
donde hemos hecho las
If we
fotos y tal.
accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Son 2 años
Another
mayores de lo que
correct
creían
answer.
entonces todos, ¿o qué?
Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the
Pero no
last
entiendo,
2
entonces,
years of my life.
¿En qué momento no entiendo en qué momento de la vida escolar está aquí? No se borra la memoria y todo. Es
That's
que no
not
entiendo.
possible!
A ver.
Years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class! This is all just surreal. Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
Solo me queda el Locker Notebook. Sí, o sea,
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
¡Fuck! ¿No era ese?
Shoot!
Ah, no, porque el Pocket es el de Kyoko. Es
I
este,
could never
perdón.
lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've
Y sé que
never
es
even
tuyo
gone to a
porque tú
single
es mi cuaderno.
class!
Claro.
No, it's wrong.
Me he equivocado. Notebook con Pocket.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
Mosquita.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
What's Is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
Esto es muy
After
interesante al
seeing all
final.
the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Me encanta
And
esta
on
voz,
top
tío.
of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind.
No me jodas. Pero ¿por qué?
What?
Justo cuando iba a decir algo
We are bored
interesante.
of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Claro. Cuando se desmayaron, es que no hay otro momento.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories.
El día que se desmayaron, es que no tiene otro sentido.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
Como llegó a la clase.
But instead, gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Gone. Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other,
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
Efectivamente. No echa la
Love you
culpa a los
all
demás.
so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
No entiendo.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
A ver, venga, cuéntanos historia. ¿Qué
Back
pasó?
to when everyone
realmente?
first came to this school.
Sí.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness.
Sí. De hecho, tú tienes unos lacitos,
Oh
aunque te tapa
boy,
la
it
cara.
was just the
Se ven los
worst.
lacitos que tienes y no son de Monokuma.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
but that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
¿Qué pasó en el segundo?
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
Pero explícanos qué pasó.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro.
Efectivamente,
Was
es
it some
imposible.
kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly
De hecho,
motivated
teníamos una
family?
pista de eso, que era un grupo de varias
You have a
gentes.
point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know? It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
What?
Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
in other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter!
Solo lo iba a decir una vez.
I said it
Y lo he hecho dos
twice!
veces. Mira, lo dice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
Claro. The Headmaster.
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
Claro.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
¿Por qué? A ver, ¿qué pasa? Estas dos relaciones.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
You and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
Lo siento por lo que voy a decir, pero qué hijas de puta.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Pues son unas psicópatas.
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
No tiene nada que ver.
Well,
Eso que
it
dices es
would
una
seem
chorrada.
that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
¿Hijack? Sí. No tiene sentido.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
¿Sí?
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Joder. Se empezó a cargar todo el mundo con el armamento que
I
había
have to
puesto.
thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well,
Vaya,
sure,
vaya,
but I
no,
also
es que
gave
son
you a
unas
second
psicópatas
chance
estas
at
dos.
life, right?
Esta
So
y la
it's
que
like,
¿no?
give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
Tío, yo no recuerdo nada de esto en la serie.
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did
Madre
you
mía.
seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
Se vuelven locos algunos. A ver si se les va a
See,
morir alguno porque le da un ataque.
discovering the truth doesn't
Ansiedad y cosas
necessarily
así.
lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? It's totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do it.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Efectivamente.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Vaya, vaya.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in.
Claro.
I refuse to lose to you for the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about?
No,
You're the ones who killed them.
Has sido
I
tú, a
didn't
mí no
kill
me engañas.
anyone. I simply gave you
No,
a
y la
little nudge in the
ejecuciones
right
que son.
direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other.
Ha habido
You're
asesinatos
nothing
aquí
but
que son todos
bloodthirsty
debidos por tu culpa.
animals.
Como instigadora, como directa, como las ejecuciones son asesinatos directos tuyos. Y otras como inductoras.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you
Mentira,
want
eso es
about
una
hope,
mentira
but we're all
absolutamente.
creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Oh, yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You
Exactamente.
stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
¿Cómo?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well then,
I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
¿Qué?
You mean we'd just...
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Sí.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Claro, prota, ¿cómo no?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
No entiendo nada de nada.
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
Pero es que
Don't
así
you
no era el
have
juego.
faith in your
Es que cambia las
friends?
reglas cada 2x3.
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Esta majareta persigue.
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair.
Claro.
We're not gonna lose to you.
Mira cómo se queda, de piedra.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
And your stupid life.
¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Lo voy a cagar, seguro. No tengo ni idea,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Esperanza.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Esperanza.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this
Vale,
place.
voy a tener que disparar Hope a todos. Está claro, ¿no?
But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me! So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here! The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore! What matters is my own gut feelings!
Ahí estamos.
We
Todo para
won't
ser
give
todo.
up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Siguiente, venga.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Ah, eso no lo había pensado, ¿eh? Tú, Hope también.
Don't lose hope now!
Asahina, no me falles.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
Eso, piensa en
You
Sakura
only
que le
get
arrebata la
stronger
vida.
by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Claro que sí.
That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say, which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
Ahí estamos, waifu bronceada. Te hundes
We
salvando a
won't
los
give
buenos.
up.
Más Hope, más Hope.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Uy, casi pierdo el
If I
Hope.
were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Tierra es. Venga, Hope a ti también.
Don't lose
asesina.
hope now!
Esa es otra asesina, pero bueno.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. But no matter what, Master has to come along
Me
with
sorprende
us.
que esta, que es una loca, no sea parte de las Ultimate Despair. Pero bueno.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I've decided...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want.
if I die,
The purifiers will... In other words, the communal life you've... I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love!
all of you will have to
Pero vamos a
leave.
pasar ahora a Byakuga.
You'll have to go into the
¿Qué
world
pasa?
outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Tú tranquilito y venga.
Don't lose hope now!
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
Son, vamos, para darle un bofetón, una somanta palos, vamos.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
Vale, pues me queda
We
el último,
won't give up!
que es Kyoko. Mira, cambia esta la
As
música.
long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
La música cambia
By
porque ya
the
acaba
way,
esto.
the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words,
Está
the communal
luchando
life
por
you've all...
sobrevivir, pero va a perder.
All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said
that I would claim the mastermind's life, by whatever means.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
¿Kyoko? Kyoko, yo creo que no hace falta la historia de Kyoko, pero...
Don't lose hope now.
La veo poco rara.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Sí, tiene que tener otro ultimate algo.
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
Puede ser.
What the hell are you? So uncool.
Se me acaban de añadir una True Wallet, que seguramente es lo que tengo que
Your
usar ahora,
stupid
pero bueno.
faces, the stupid
Porque no
things
tiene
you
otro
said,
sentido, no lo vas a
the
usar en ningún
stupid way you all
momento.
treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip.
Anda, cállate.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
Ahora que toca. Tengo menos true. Oh, fuck.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us?
Tío, prefiero ponerme
Hope
esto,
is a joke! Who are you? Your idiocy is You're gross! Suffer from despair!
I just love despair!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke! Who are you?
Would you like to die?
¿Cuánto me queda?
You're gross! Suffer from despair! Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair!
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless!
Tío.
No!
Ay, le he ganado, pero yo pensaba que me iba...
Despair into tomorrow. Despair into your memories.
Hope keeps on going.
Para... El ultimate hope le he echado, ¿sabes? Creía que iba a perder, porque no sé cuántas veces le he pegado y no sé qué
I
me acababa.
refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
Ahí está, no.
Going on!
Que te acabamos de pillar en todo lado, que te hemos vencido, que todo es chachi pistachi y vas a perder. Okidoki. Hala, se acabó. No, hemos tenido un B en alguno, qué pena. Monedas, no está nada mal.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good! I'm ready to go!
Se ríe esta loca ahora.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing
No,
with
que
our
quiero ver el
own
juego.
hands.
Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Plic, plic, plic. Oh, culpable, Junko. El juego cambia de unas formas increíbles, ¿eh? No tiene mucho sentido las cosas que ha cambiado cuando hemos empezado unas normas, pero claro, es que es una loca la que dirigía esto, ¿cómo lo va a cambiar?
Indeed.
I lost?
Sí, has perdido.
Well, that's just...
Vaya, parece que ahora eres tú la desesperada. Claro.
What the heck?
Well, that's just...
Se te va.
totally the best!
¿Eh?
So this is despair. And now true despair.
Madre mía, qué enfermiza es la gente psicópata.
And now true despair. Huh?
No entiendo nada.
Anyway,
possible. Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay.
Me da miedo esa que sigue con nosotros.
Hey,
Porque una cosa es ser un imbécil, otra cosa es ser un estúpido, pero una asesina loca que esté con nosotros todavía me da mucho miedo.
however,
No, no, no.
There's one last thing.
¿Qué vas a decir?
It's fine, it's fine.
it can't be.
Venga ya, hombre, encima te vas a suicidar, joder. Te damos un poco de esperanza para que sobrevivas. ¿Ves? Mira, ¿ves? Nosotros no queremos que mueras. O sea, que mueras. No queremos que mueras ni que... Vamos, que no tienes por qué suicidarte, vamos.
How many times do I have to tell you? Don't get in my way!
Que está loca, que está tan loca que se va a suicidar ella.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of
Mira,
this
mira los ojos
despair.
como...
Even
está
100.
loquísima.
I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's
Mira cómo le da
do
vuelta los
this.
ojos, qué guapo. Ay, Dios.
I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got.
Ay, Dios.
It's punishment time!
Está desquiciada. Se va sin ser arrastrada, claro. Ay, Dios. A ver, a ver. What the fuck? Es como una mezcla de todo. Pero si vas a ser aplastada, eso no tiene originalidad ninguna, ¿eh? Pero bueno. De 1000 blocos. ¡Ah! Todos a la vez. Ay, Dios. Iu. Menos mal que te lo pone en rosa, porque si no, vamos. Seguro que hay un mod que te lo pone en rojo sangre en vez de rosa. Pero qué horrible, tío. Oh. Emergency override. ¿Es lo que ponía? ¿Se puede guardar aquí? ¡Uy! Se puede guardar. Vamos a guardar por si acaso. Que va, no tengo problemas, con querer guardar cada 2 segundos. Ah, mira, si me salía para guardar ahora. ¿Es verdad? ¿Se apagó? Epílogo.
Hey. Makoto.
Venga, vamos.
So,
Indeed.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
Sí.
But
it's true.
Bueno, tío, pero aún así no creo que sea eso. Está loca, la verdad.
My beautiful scissors!
Oh, oh, Dios santo.
That's enough.
Anyway,
but
for serious.
Venga, tío, hay que salir. O sea, hay que salir, hay que abrir esa puerta como sea. O sea, pulsar el botón y salir. Es que hay que hacerlo. No hay más.
in other words, am I wrong?
Claro. Venga, tío, vámonos ya, por Dios. Si queréis decir algo, decid algo interesante. Por favor.
you got it.
La carita de esta me hace gracia, la carita hámster.
Hey.
Okay.
Hijo puta. ¿Cómo dices eso? Toma ya.
Could it be? How about that? Woo!
Ay, Dios.
Makoto.
Venga.
Well,
Abre
I
esa
guess
puerta.
this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I
Es que es más
don't
tonto
know
hasta el
why,
final,
but I have a burning desire to start writing.
¿Eh?
I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me. And the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still. It does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Joder, vaya forma de decirlo. Venga, pulsa ya. Venga, tío, por Dios. Que pulses, colega, que dejes de decir frasecitas y pulses. Uy, qué susto, creía que nos iban a disparar y me he quedado como diciendo no puede ser. Tío, me ha asustado. No voy a mentir, me ha asustado ese último momento. Dios, parece como una explosión atómica ahí. ¿Qué pasa, colega? Los créditos, venga. Venga, muy bien. Esto se puede pasar rápido. Me da miedo darle un botón porque a lo mejor me lo quito. Vale. Le doy al start. Lo quita completamente. ¡Eh! Escena postcréditos.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
What? Easter egg. Sí, vamos a guardarlo. Pero vamos a guardarlo en otro slot porque sé que hay un objeto que si lo usas lo puedes ganar y tal. Bueno, pues se acabó la serie. Esto era el final de Danganronpa. Gracias a todos por haber estado ahí. Ahora me pasaré el juego al 100% con todos los logros porque soy un enfermo de los logros y me parece que son conseguibles en este juego, pero ya eso fuera de cámara. Así que nada, un saludito a todos, muchas gracias por haber estado, espero que lo hayáis disfrutado si lo veis o os lo habéis visto o si lo queréis ver después. Y ya está, que continuaré diferentes juegos en otros momentos. Chao, gente.